M-13, proposed by the Department of Connecticut, Article 8, uniforms, badges, and so forth. Section 803, manufacture and use of seals, emblems, badges, insignia, and uniforms. Amend Section 803, manufacture and use of seals, emblems, badges, insignia, and uniforms. Manual procedure under CAP, CAP, by adding the following after the second sentence. Optional membership patches and lettering, including city name, post name, years of office, veterans of foreign wars spelled out, life members spelled out, and charter members spelled out, must correspond with the post numerals on the cap, are also authorized to be included on the cap. Staff recommendations, recommended rejection. There are two types of membership in the Veterans of Foreign Wars, annual and life. Charter membership is not a classification of membership. However, members who came together to start a post have their names printed on the post charter, which is a document that is maintained for as long as the post is in existence. Cap titles, typeface, kerning and spacing is regulated by an internal VFW store policy. As such, including such style, a policy within the manual procedures is unnecessary and would provide an unnecessary restriction.
Motion to adopt.
We have a motion to adopt. I have a second. Do we have any additional comments from the staff before I go to the committee? Okay, committee first.
I'd rather you go first. You're first. Go.
I think the driving piece on this is charter member piece. I know it was an approved title at one time. We did print them on caps. I don't know what year it came off. I know that the store did receive a request for charter member, and we did reject the title because it was no longer on the approved list. I do believe we asked the department to submit it on the form. I don't recall if we ever received the form. But I can tell you from history and the things that I've researched, not only on this, but for our internal policy that we've been trying to develop on caps over the last couple of years, we've had to go back into Council of Administration minutes, National Council of Administration meeting minutes, to kind of see how things were authorized when they were authorized. Of course, the piping, the colors, all of that stuff that we see today in the bylaws, a lot of stuff has been, played with the Council of Administration, and so we're trying to gather all that together to really have a solid policy. One thing I did learn in doing all the research is our member cap is used for a specific purpose, and that's to address titles, committee titles, officer titles. My guess is charter member was removed because it's not a committee and it's not an officer position. And it elevates the status of a member, which we try not to do, right? In everything that we do. We don't want to elevate the status of a member type. And as we said in our staff comments, charter member is not a class of membership. We have life members and any person. My guess is that's where that's coming from. If this is about charter member, we certainly can have that debate. I don't think we need a manual procedure change to have that debate or to make the change. So let that be known. Do we need to do better with our cap policy and give that out to the departments, let them know what it is? Yeah, we do. And I'll be honest with you, it's something that we've been trying to do over the last 18, 24 months. It's slow. We got to go back into all this. We don't want to miss anything. The only caps that have been approved by our Council of Administration through our bylaws and manual procedure that aren't officer caps per se, but our awards are the All-American and All-State awards. But once again, they are placed with a commander or a quartermaster title, so I'm assuming that's why the council had approved those in the past. I don't want to overtalk it, I don't want to overthink it. I do feel that the amendment's unnecessary to do some of the things that you want to do here, because we do offer pins through the store. We've got the life member patch. If we're talking about maybe developing a charter member patch, I guess that could be up for discussion, but I don't think it takes a manual procedure change to do that. And I think once we start listing titles in the manual procedure, this is gonna be a snowball effect. And then everyone's gonna want every authorized title in the manual procedure. And I don't think it's necessary to do that this way. I think we do that through internal policy.
Thank you very much, David. Ron Rusko from Connecticut. First of all, let me thank you for helping us a little bit on this, because I think you said all of the reasons, the right reasons, why this post came forward and brought it up through the right channels to have charter member under cap. There was a number of things that you said, Dave, that we agree with. A, it's been on the caps before. B, it's still on caps. The other thing, when you say that the caps don't elevate membership or members, well, they really do. I mean, we look at silver braids, we look at red braids, we look at post braids, and that's a class of membership. All they're saying with this is that they are proud as heck to be a charter member, just like someone wearing an all-American cap or any other cap that we say that I've done this and I'm in the VFW and I should be proud of it. And that's all they're doing. This was a brand new post, new to our organization. You took, or the national organization took the time to give this post an entire page in the national magazine for what they're doing. They're an all-American post this year at 187%. And they feel they're young. I think there's only one Vietnam veteran. Everybody else is post-to-brag or young guys and gals. And they felt, geez, we want to be proud. And we want to say, we're a charter member of a VFW post. And how best to say that? And that's under cap. So I rise to support this resolution. And if you remember, Dave, you said that's why they couldn't get charter member, because it wasn't in the manual procedure. So here we are trying to put it into the manual procedure. I think we just ought to do it. And I don't think it's a big deal for them saying, I'm a charter member, I'm proud of it. They should do it.
Yeah, once again, just have the discussion, Ron. I really don't believe that this is a necessary amendment. And the braids don't elevate a class of membership. They are distinct braids to discern different levels of our organization, the organizational structure. All right? I said, I don't believe it's necessary for an amendment to have a cap title added. We're saying there's a process that we have internally, and I'm not aware of that process being followed. Not that it wouldn't, I don't know if it would be approved or rejected, but certainly we can have that debate. Do I think there's a problem with charter member? I told you what my objection would be to put it on, but I haven't heard, other than what you just said, about a reason to go ahead and authorize it again. If it was an authorized title before, I'm sure there's some history there that we can dig up and find. I didn't have time to do it for this, and I don't know how it came off. I don't know who removed the title. My document doesn't show that, because right now it's an Excel spreadsheet. But, all right, so that's that.
I guess my whole model, 7356.
Member of the committee.
I'm on the committee. I'm going to speak briefly, I think. I probably hadn't focused on this enough before I got here. I'm concerned about the overbreadth of the resolution. And I got a head shaking yes back there. The first words, optional membership patches and lettering, and then you say including, and you list some things, but you don't say that's all. And so we're going to be confronted, well, I should say we, it's not me anymore. The supply department is going to be confronted about what is authorized, optional membership patches and lettering that can be included on a cap. And I think that opens up a can of worms. If you want a resolution that addresses just charter membership patches, let's do it that way and not this way.
Mr. Chairman. Well, we have others that have the first shot. Are you a member of the committee?
I am. Lupita
Ms. B.
Perez. Sorry, I was a few minutes late, but I'm here. I ditto exactly what he was saying. It would open up a can of worms. And to his discussion, I'm very proud of his department, and I'm very proud of my department. However, I have heard in my 13 years in the VFW where it does elevate the status of some of the members, because even in my post, I've got members that say, I'm a charter member. And the way they come across is, I'm more important than you are because I was here from day one. So does it elevate the status? Absolutely. To me, it does. I think that the caps were made for positions and officers. And if we were to pass this, I think that it would open up a can of worms.
Members of the committee, any other discussion? Member of the committee?
I think I'm going to add what my distinguished fellow representative from Connecticut was going to say. The way I read this, Larry, this is the Veterans of Foreign Wars spelled out. This sentence is already defining what can be spelled out, and just adding that one extra thing, the charter member. So this isn't opening it up the way this is written. It's saying, in addition to these other optional things, which are like member and such, we'd like to have this charter member also be available. And just speaking of the one post that we're talking about, just anecdotally, I can tell you it's absolutely just a post-crime thing with them.
Members of the committee, any other comment? Go. Member of the committee, first shot. As soon as the first ones get through, Ron, I shall come back to you.
I just want to stand up with the comrade from Connecticut. If you can understand me. I want to stand behind the comrade from Connecticut with their request to have charter member. As in certain military units I was in, we had plank owners on our hats if we start up to do this thing. The thing is, I think with the charter member marker on a hat, members can go up and ask exactly how do you set up the post? How'd you do this? You get information from people that started up new charters. And again, if it's not an elevation, but something that you can see what somebody did, that can only help out everybody else.
Thank you for your comment. Ron?
I think Greg pointed it out to Larry. Larry, this is already in the manual of procedure. All they did was add charter member to that paragraph. So optional is already there. It already says all that. We just added charter member. That's all.
Thank you. We got a motion to call for the question. Each of the person that has brought forward the original debate has had his second chance at the debate, so we're not shutting off debate on him. We can go ahead now with the call for the question. All those in favor of adopting M-13 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay? Nay. All those who support and want to adopt M-13, committee members only, and you got to be up in these three rows, I hope, where I can look at you, please stand. All those in favor of adopting, please stand. Vice Chairman, would you help me, sir? All right, please be seated. All those not supporting M-13, please stand.
I don't think I can.
I didn't think so. It is defeated. I'm sorry. The better verbiage is not adopted. Now, okay, where am I at? Number 4.